Bro, it's taking so long. Need to wait.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
or thanks for the sub.
Thanks for the sub, Noah Bradshaw.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Can't jump necessarily with it.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. "I'm dreaming!" he yelled. "This is all a dream." Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So,
oh, my video's saving. I made a G-tag one.
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid?
Damn it.
And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's
My
describing
camera angle's a bit
thoughts,
goofy because I don't have the box I used to put it
and
on.
he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams. The truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life.
Like in half an hour I might play Deluxe, and we can play together also.
Yeah, I've never played these before.
He knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if
I don't know.
he would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Here we go, same place.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I?
Is this a horror game?
I think so.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day.
Wait, if you wanna do role plays, what one should we do?
Would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life.
Sure.
She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Okay.
Oh, wait, this is new.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
How long are you going to be live?
I'm not sure, to be
When
honest.
Stanley came to a set of two open doors,
My headset
he
is
entered
fully
the door on his
charged.
left.
But I'm very tired because I just finished playing Gorilla Tag. Which one do I go in, left
My
or
headset
right?
Isn't fully charged.
Charge it. So we can play together longer.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Didn't I just do this?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh. Oh, I went downstairs last time.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad,
I know what the narrator is yakking about. He's yakking about the guy's life.
Amazing.
Yeah.
He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Where? What the flip? That door is too skinny to like fit this chunky wall. Check down here. Wait, what? Have I found something secret? A secret thing down there. Has my video downloaded? 30%. I'm very curious what's down here.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar.
I don't remember the soldier on the right.
In his chest, as though he felt more
So what
free
you
to
doing?
think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Yee.
Wait, give me a second. I need to get something. Let's stand my camera so it looks better.
Okay.
It should look better. Does that look better?
That's perfect, actually.
True it. I'm gonna go get a drink. Where's my bottle? Bring you with me. Ugh. I'm in my back room. I need to fill up my drink.
What was your first plush?
Alright guys, I'm back. If you said anything in chat, I probably wouldn't have seen it. Yanks my snuggie. Also, by the way, who's the other person on my stream?
Okay, I said what was your first plush?
Plush. I have him, but he's in my attic. He's called Pengy. He's like a small penguin, but he's really cute. I found him in charity shop, and I felt really bad for him.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Which one do I go in, guys? Left or right? Left or right? Chat, left or right?
Left.
Left. Alright, then we're going in here then.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Oh. What? Shall I go this way?
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
I don't want to go back.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Oh? Dumb. Oh? What the hell?
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to
Oh no! Oh, Kirks! Oh, Kirks!
no consequence whatsoever. Stanley couldn't see that
I am Kirks!
he doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind.
Oh no!
And so he resigned and willingly accepted this
Kirks?
violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Oh no! Oh no! No! Don't crush me! Oh?
Farewell, Stanley,
Yes.
cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Oh! What? How did I survive? Ow! How did I survive that? Boxes. Can I push them off?
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance.
How did I beat the game?
becomes meaningless,
No!
making life
How?
the same.
How
Do
have
you
I
see
just beat
now?
the game?
Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
What? What?
Yellow smiling, you win.
So there's three. So I technically didn't beat the game. I just got the bad ending.
What if you went right?
I don't know if what would happen if I went right, to be honest. What if I hit 0?
It's just an art gallery.
Oh, true. The exit.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Turn off your PlayStation. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path.
I'm not turning off my PS5.
True choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let
Again.
Oh! It actually killed me this time. Damn. That's brutal. That is actually brutal. Oh, now I have to restart the game.
Oh, feel bad for Stanley.
Yeah. Poor Stanley. He
All
has
of
to
his
eat.
co-workers
He's
were
just
gone.
stuck here.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
At least I don't have to go. Why does this water taste like milk? That is unusual.
When Stanley came to a set of two open
You wanna
doors,
play
he
now or
entered the
later?
door on his left.
Grinning face with smiling eyes.
Later. Is your headset charged yet?
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of
Okay.
disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase,
So you
Stanley
can't really make a
to his
mistake.
boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered
68%.
to nobody.
I
He began wildly tearing
charge
through
it for like
papers on the
to
boss's
100.
desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number.
Can't remember the code.
2845. But of course, Stanley could, yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Go right this time.
Yeah, we're gonna see what happens. Hey, what if I click the up button on the elevator? Will I just go up?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television
Damn.
screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to
Play
himself.
right this time.
Did he have the strength to find out?
Imagine you fall.
Oh my god, that'd be horrible.
Now the monitors
What
jumped
the
alive,
hell?
their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers.
Bro, that's
The
like
lives of
every
so many
CCTV camera in that
individuals
place.
to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom
what?
meant nothing.
What is this? That's so satisfying.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life...
iPad 6 would love look at this many screens.
Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible?
Literally.
Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content.
Where is Stanley going?
I don't even know.
All of it monitored and commanded from this
I'm
very
Stanley.
place.
Like,
And
I'm
as
the
the
one
cold
for me.
reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
I'm wrong. What is this?
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Left or right? Left or right, guys? Which one? Left or right?
Right.
Oh, Stanley.
Oh.
Just activate
Oh
the
no.
controls.
What have I done?
To enslave you all these
Oh
years, you
no.
go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control?
Oh.
Oh, Stanley.
Oh no. Oh no. We gotta
But you need to
go.
understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just
When I have to
initiated the
pick right.
network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are said to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun.
Oh no! It's gonna explode! No! Turn off! No! Don't explode! No! Don't! Please!
This is much better than what I had in mind.
Oh
What a
god,
shame have
we
so
are
little time
cooked.
left to
Chat, we're
enjoy it.
cooked.
Moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious
Oh god, no! What have I done? What have we done?
where we're going.
Oh no!
I barely know where to
We're
start.
cooked. We are cooked.
What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated.
Bro, we're cooked.
All right.
Oh,
I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned on the machine. I set you free.
we're
Of course,
gonna
that
die.
wasn't merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the
Stanley.
ground, swallowing
Bro, I feel bad. He's died like 3
before I
times.
let it burn to a crisp.
Off! Off!
This version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate
Oh
to
my
see it
God.
go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left.
Oh God.
Stanley loudly crying face, loudly crying face, loudly crying
Put
face.
some extra time on the clock. Why
Wait, what?
not? These
Oh.
are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off?
We're kinda lucky.
Look at you, running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every
got more
little thing
time.
in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones, or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved?
Did Stanley reverse time?
Any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment.
Why is the screen
Here's a
shaking?
spoiler for you. That
My controller
time
is
was
vibrating
mechanically
intensely right now.
wrong. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you. For
Bro, why
every
is it going
moment
faster? No!
to see
Slow
you
down!
made humble. This is not a challenge.
I think we're cooked, GG.
I think we're cooked, bro.
Control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy
Think my
it
controller's
first,
vibrating
so
a lot.
you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle.
Oh God! We're cooked! We're cooked! Oh God!
You being blown to pieces. Will you
We're
please
cooked, chat!
your friend?
No!
Will you let
No!
choice? Make it count.
Run.
Or don't. It's all the same to me. All a part of the
Oh!
joke.
Oh my God!
I will be laughing at every
5,
second of your inevitable
4.
life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say,
Oh!
"Fully erupt."
Oh my God! Rip Stanley. I think we died. And here we are, guys, back at the start.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided
was
to go to the
shocking.
meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I thought it would just give me infinite extra time. I didn't think it would actually explode.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open
I'm gonna go
doors,
right door this time. I
was
haven't
not
been in
the
right
correct
door.
way to the meeting room, and
Stanley can't die, it's a simulation.
perhaps he wanted
Right,
to
I'm back,
stop by the
Cruz.
employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. But eager to get back to business,
4
Stanley
viewers.
took the first open door on his left.
Left or right? Left or right?
1 now.
We go left or right?
Right.
I looked tempted to go in there.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
I'm behind here. I don't feel safe.
I think the narrator is behind
Oh?
this.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can...
Oh?
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven.
What?
All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Oh, damn! What? What?
Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside.
Bro, why do
Let
we
me show
pick the
you
wrong
what's
way
really
every
going on here.
time? Oh my god. We always pick the wrong way. What do you want?
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
What?
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Why don't press it?
But in his mind,
Fine.
in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
My headset 82%.
Oh, nice.
So he went
We can
further.
play when it hits
He
100.
imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Wait, can we play Gorilla Tag?
As he wandered through this fantasy world,
What the hell is
he
on
began
that
to
on the
fill it with
floor?
many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind
Damn, I think she didn't go to the bathroom. She just had to let it
There was a
out.
game with a baby, and he called it the Stanley Parable.
It's doo-doo rolling on the floor laughing, rolling on the floor laughing, rolling on the floor laughing.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer.
What?
How could there possibly
Where'd
be?
she go?
In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets.
The craziest part, she's standing on her own skull.
Oh, yeah. Look, ready? Watch the bed damn disappear.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Okay.
You see,
Fine.
can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand
Bro, it
that
didn't even
every
do anything
second
when I
he
didn't press
remains
it.
here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Give me a mirror.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and
Seashell searched after the seesaw.
and I tried.
Did I die? Wow. Restarted.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it
Wait,
mean?
we're gonna go for the left
Stanley
or no,
decided
we're
to
gonna go
to
for the
meeting
right
room.
and then the
Perhaps
left
he had
side this
simply
time.
missed a memo.
What does I mean die?
I know, exactly. You got a point.
Ola.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes.
Why is it every time
this
you pick a
room.
side, it's
But
always the
eager to
wrong
get back to
like
business,
side or
Stanley
button?
took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
What do you think this does? Too late. Oh god. What have I just done?
But Stanley didn't want to go back.
My name is literally luck, not unlucky.
And get even further off track. So now, in order to get back, he needed to go, from here, it's, left. Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
I'm starring. Not this room again! Oh god. No. No. No.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just to,
Lucky, I think we're cooked.
Getting flashbacks.
We're back.
Rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
What? Nah, you can't do that. Really? It's like there's infinite ways.
Doesn't remember.
I know. Alright, we're
All
gonna
of his
speed run.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
There's like infinite
When
doors
Stan-
you can go through.
Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely
Wait,
restarted
what?
the game over completely.
The door
fresh.
normally opens
Everything
on the
should
right
be-
side.
Oh, did something change? Stanley.
Did Stanley got his memory whipped out of here?
That room with all the monitors. Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on.
This has never
I'm
happened.
asking you. I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find...
This is basically the Backrooms 2.0.
I know. This is way different. This is different. There's no door, so we can't really possibly close, can it? I'm lost right now.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Oh my god.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
He's really getting
Stanley
sick of
decided
telling
to
the
go to the
same
meeting
story.
room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Okay, yep.
Oh, now
it's
the door's not
worse.
even here.
I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Do we though? Chat, do we? Oh, I'm forced to. Okay,
Stanley is definitely in the back room 2.0.
I know.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes.
Huh? There was a big box room here with 2 doors, and now this is her. Oh god. Oh.
No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay,
Couldn't
let's
Stanley
head back
just
the other
jump
way
out a
and
window?
retrace our steps.
Retrace our steps. I bet there's not going to be an ending. That wasn't there.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations.
Well done, I'm proud.
Okay. I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Oh, nah. Oh. Okay, this is different.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line.
We ain't going that way.
Just follow the line. How
What we
simple is
just
that?
keep restarting.
Bro, ain't nobody following that.
No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
I will detour in any way but this arrow.
How did he make that line so quick?
You see?
I know.
The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation
Wow,
of
it
the
really led
nature
me
of
to the
life
right way,
itself?
didn't it?
Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence.
I'm doing it in a
right?
random direction.
Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential
300
mental
IQ
subjective
generator.
construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Help.
Wait, cut the music. Go back and look at that fern.
Wow.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No.
Sound like UK or Russian music.
You do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Wait, what? There isn't a window there, but if I go around, look, there's a window and the door's open. Huh? Alright, this... What?
You're cooking.
That just doesn't make sense. That might actually be an issue with the game right there. I don't think that's meant to happen. Just no.
Yes, true, that doesn't make sense. But actually the whole game doesn't make sense. Confused face.
Oh, no, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Well, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart. You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever?
Flashbacks again.
We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction? Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it. Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine. Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to
No, your choice, I'm always wrong.
reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Feel bad for Stanley, he's dizzy.
He's pretty tired. The confusion
Hold
ending.
up, what's this? The confusion
I've
ending.
restarted this game
You're telling me
5 times.
that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game what, 8
Oh, we won, I guess.
times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing.
I've restarted the game 8 times now.
wall. Well,
I've restarted the game
consulted me.
8 times
Why don't
apparently,
get
and
to
I got the
decide?
confusion
Why
ending.
don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped.
Oh, we're cooked.
Does that mean?
Yeah, we're cooked. We're cooked.
Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen?
But it's like backrooms level you cheated.
So, okay.
Narrator broke the game video game bullseye.
I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
Oh, scared me. Whew, that scared the hell out of me right there.
Stanley knew the office layout like the back of his hand. It was only a matter of time before he found the others, wherever they were. Just a matter of time.
Which...
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
No! Let me go back!
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra
I didn't think
Deluxe
this is the
features
end.
exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over.
W Game NGL.
True.
Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content. Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing
Oh, it's because
special
I got like
yet,
the
but I'm
best
sure it's
version
just
of
the beginning
it.
a
So I get extra
mesmerizing
stuff.
adventure.
Like, this isn't in the original. Or something.
Is it broken? What's going on here?
No, God.
Should we be moving somewhere or... oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it. I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if, oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Vatican
Wait!
City.
Right, let's see, it's the jump circle.
Oh! You can actually jump now! Look. Oh, here I can't jump. And there I can. Bring out all the jumps.
Stanley can finally jump. Yay.
I can't really jump outside of the circle.
There has to be something else, right? Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more.
Oh.
Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is. That's
Wow.
it?
Really?
You've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This
We're gonna
is what
fall through that,
happens
I can
when
tell.
greedy
I'm standing on the
video
edge.
game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's trophies, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test trophy, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm
Actually,
infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much
there
anticipation around
actually
the new
is.
content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just
What
you
then,
and me
W
having
game?
a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
My sister is screaming right now, bro. Oh, she's so annoying. This is not. If you can hear her, I'm sorry. She's just really annoying, like all the time.
Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
I'm curious.
I cannot hear.
Good, because she's so annoying.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying
Sound
the
like
Ultra
kidnapper.
Deluxe content turned out to be?
Yeah.
Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and
What?
tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our
Whoa!
little secret. Take a look.
Yo.
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind
Stanley
you
finally touched
how
grass.
Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a
He
cheap
did.
PlayStation port? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Oh, wait, that's Stanley when he was dead. Oh, that's on the bed. This is actually chill.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so
That's it,
many
I think.
games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Yo pix to 20 I'm do SMTHRQ I'll come back.
Okay.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. All they had to do was transport it in pristine condition along to the PlayStation, boom, done. And they couldn't even do that. Couldn't resist the urge to go meddling with a beloved franchise. These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no, oh God, no, Stanley. It's a collection of reviews from Pressurized Gas, the extremely popular online storefront for computer games. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they? Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny? I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Ew. We're in the area with the bad reviews.
Okay, let's see what this one says.
Looks like the average doomsday.
For someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered. What's this one got to say? You
There's a penguin picture on his profile.
so
Penguin.
the can catch up with of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews.
Yes, I see the sickness with the penguin.
And it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for
What the
customer
who?
Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have. And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people. And if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to... Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of
My headset 97%.
Oh, nice.
ruminations
Mine's
on the nature
98.
of choice in
Well, no, it's
video
100.
games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that... Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit.
Oh, nice.
But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours.
Oh, 12 hours.
I don't
Yeah,
know
it's
why
fine.
the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer. And my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, Oh, Stanley, you're back.
Make him more angry.
Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or
A
2
week.
weeks.
Oh,
Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us.
Oh,
Narrator is depressed.
I think we killed him.
He died.
How many years has it been?
Of age.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us.
I think he's getting angry at this point.
The end is never the end, 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 is never.
He's gonna act like little time.
My sister is screaming and it's so annoying. Well, she's with her friend and her friend is keeping screaming like hell. Damn.
I feel bad.
They're playing Fortnite. Whenever she plays, I always dread her playing Fortnite because she always screams when she plays it. Is Bro even alive?
Imagine the button break if it does you're cooked. How is Stanley not dead?
Oh. Yo.
You're cooked.
No.
GG for you.
Bro, I have my TV on like nearly max volume. I can still hear her.
How long has IT been?
Bro, everything has went extinct.
Rude. I think it's been infinity years NGL.
No way. Bro, he's
All
not
his
even.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
How?
I thought he died. New
Oh,
content.
good. You notice my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Oh.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
What?
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly port with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for. Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a
This kinda boring to me.
anything scientific or logical, really. Here we
Right.
are. Go on.
I'm gonna go with your headset. You wanna go on? Oh.
Yay.